I know the other day some of you was waiting for me to give my criticism or my take on Rodney Harrison's comment about Colin Kaepernick not really being black. And, you know, I've done countless videos where I said that we have to stop denying our brothers and sisters who may have one white parent because they are just as black as you and I. A lot of times they get it from both ends. And the reason why we give it to them and we don't want to talk about this is because sometimes we've had bad experiences with mixed ethnicity brothers and sisters. And we have to be honest about that. Now, some of our mixed ethnicity brothers and sisters have played both sides. Some of us are jealous because our mixed ethnicity brothers and sisters are usually the first ones to get picked or seem to be more accepted. Hence, Halle Berry, Mariah Carey, President Obama. You know, I can go on. But a lot of it is that we didn't want to push back against what the white man has said about the one drop rule. Well, even though it was intended for racist purposes, it's truth to that. You know, we can look at Colin all day, but push a shove, he's not going to be considered white. Now, I know y'all been pushing this biracial shit, which they've been pushing in the 90s because our numbers. It's all about numbers. And no matter how many times I try to get y'all to think it, some of y'all still sit there and you piss away those brothers and sisters that are in the struggle. I hate to break it to y'all. A lot of people back during the civil rights era were lighter than Colin and could have passed for white. But they still identified as black because there were still some features or traits that white folk and even black folk then knew that were considered black. But somewhere over the last 25 years, some of us have lost the ability to tell the difference. And when Rodney said he couldn't tell or he didn't think he was black or he wasn't really black, I'm like, you light-skinned, big-lipped motherfucker, you. You mad because this so-called biracial man did something you and some other brothers won't do. Did you still speak out about the police brutality? No. You want to focus on his blackness. You was deflecting. And you thought you was slick. So if I attack him, they won't X my position. And that's another thing. A lot of black folks out here, mostly men in cases, are quick to question somebody's blackness. And y'all quick to sit there and say he ain't black. But the thing is, they probably do the most black thing is speak truth to power. That's why I get tired, you super pro black motherfuckers and you hotel motherfuckers all the time about, we're going to take it back. And what gets me, y'all said we're going to go back to Africa. Hate to break it to you, but they don't consider us pure in Africa. They don't want us there because they would have stood up and fought for us. We got to go back to the mother. This is our country. This is our country more than anything. Now, people say for various reasons why he's doing it. We don't know his reason, but still, if it's an ulterior motive, he's still speaking about an issue that's not popular in this country. He could have said anything about anything. He could have protested the NFL bullshit policies for the hurt NFL veterans. He didn't have to pick Black Lives Matter. Thanks to Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity, and rest of the media, not just Fox, but the rest of the media. Let me say this again. Rest of the media, CNN, MSNBC, our local affiliates, various internet sites, they have vilified Black Lives Matter just like they did the Black Panthers. Now, I know we in the black community, we got issues with Black Lives Matter, but you got to admit, they've been somewhat effective. Why don't we in the black community just admit that we're scared to speak up for ourselves? We can speak up for everybody else. When they get down to us, we Mr. and Mrs. Mumbles. But let me say this again. Cats like Rodney Harrison, they don't need to come back to the hood. If they do, we need to deal with these fucking traitors once and for all. Whether they political, whether they actors and actresses, comedians or sports stars, we need to deal with them once and for all. They are a cancer to our community. Y'all better stop saying this person is white, this person isn't black. You motherfuckers do not know your history. You motherfuckers have not traveled. You have not interacted with people. These motherfuckers have made more money than I could ever dream of, and they stuck on stupid. But I told y'all, these scouts got a fucking profile. They know what idiots they talking to. Listen to some of them speak. It's like a goddamn slave. Not take that back. Slave sounded better than them. Go back and look at them old film clips from the 1950s and 60s. Black folks spoke better then. Something happened in the 80s, and I told y'all around 1986, that shit changed. I remember sitting there as a kid watching it. I know y'all saying, well, 1986, when you had been only 10 years old, 11 years old, doesn't mean I wasn't aware of what was going on. It was a dumbing down of our people. Don't call them niggers black, call them biracial. So we can keep saying they 12 and 13% of the population. And we fools. Here it is, you got dark-skinned Mexicans, they still call themselves Mexicans. You got white-skinned Mexicans, still call themselves Mexicans. You have dark-skinned Asians, they still call themselves Asians. Even though these motherfuckers come from us, they don't throw their people away. We the only group that do it. We got this purity test. But it's always the famous ones that's cooning. We throw our men and women under the bus. We throw our children under the bus. Then we want to get into this whole pissing match about, well, who's really black and who's not. Now y'all pissed off that this so-called mixed ethnicity brother got up here and did something that we've been waiting for black men to do. LeBron James is a black man. He ain't said shit. They tap dancing around it. Dwayne Wade ain't say shit. They tap dancing around it. You had white media, they got up there and spoke at the ESPN award. They really didn't say shit. We gotta put the vines down, but also in the community, gotta put the guns down. Y'all try to marry two issues that are not equal. You know goddamn well we don't own any gun shops. We don't own any drug fields. Or we not these drug mules and shit. We don't own the cargo, these cargo ports that come in. We don't own that shit. How can we fix it? You can't fix it if you don't know where the problem is coming from. I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all keep looking to these roided out faggots. Yeah, a lot of them are faggots. Let's keep it fucking real. I always got another man ass if it's hike. You think Michael Sams is the only one out here who got some sugar in the tank? At least he came out and told people he like to take an ass. These motherfuckers hiding and they be 50, 60 years old. You know, I really felt my inner femininity, blah, blah, blah. Y'all pull a Bruce Jenner pretty soon. Didn't a former football player get caught dead in a motel a while back? I think he played for the Bears, if I'm not mistaken, at one point. If I'm not mistaken, found him naked or something, I'm not mistaken. Now y'all gonna say, Harvey, why you being so mean-spirited? These motherfuckers get in front of a white man and they boss, he bad nigga. I stand for the American flag. Boss, I sing the national anthem. Don't even know the fucking lyrics. Have y'all ever watched the football games where they just stand there with their hands on their heart? And y'all, it's no prerequisite to put your hand on that. Ronald Reagan started that shit. Only time you do it is for the Pledge of Allegiance. Singing the national anthem, all that other shit. You ain't got to do all that. And then hide behind the motherfucking veterans. And I told y'all, what did I tell y'all before? Everybody, all the veterans kind of said, don't speak for the veterans. You're gonna be shocked how the veterans feel. See, I was in the military. I remember the conversations. I remember them white boys that was raised hard right. Red lean steaks, corn fed, big as fuck, but sorry as fuck, a marshmallow. Get over in the combat zone, we fight. Oh, we gonna die. Why these sinners over here? We killing these innocent people. Oh my God, you blowing up the ship. I want to go home. Some of them shooting themselves in the legs and feet. They go home and claim it's enemy fire. Like they too stupid to look at the round and say, that's an American round. Or the aim of it, it couldn't have been for fair. Like somebody stood over you and shot you in the foot. Or in the leg. Or they try to fake crazy and shit. Or my favorite, girlfriend or wife cheat on me. I can't take it. Boom, suicide. Or attempted suicide. This got to come back. So when you start talking about these veterans and shit, they don't want to be talking to, they don't want to get too into the conversation. But y'all use the veterans to try to manipulate them. And a lot of veterans, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, said, don't speak to me. Everybody, you know, people was using the veterans. Didn't they stop saying something about the veterans? Only the dumbass brain dead friends. He's like, well, that's disrespectful to the veterans. No, it's not. No, it's disrespectful for the veterans when we get lowball on shit. When you got men and women who never served, sending us off to Timbuktu, and they're telling us the cost of living increase. Oh, we can't give it to you this year. Donald Trump never served. Bill Clinton never served. President Bush, daddy kept him out of Vietnam. My daddy kept me over in the National Guard. President Obama was too young to serve. But what did he do? He talking about President Bush going to Iraq. Then we go into Libya when we were supposed to. So y'all listen to these politicians and these talking heads tell you what's truly American. But they don't sacrifice. Rodney, since Colin is not black, tell me what you've done for the community. I ain't talking about buying no fucking turkeys at Christmas. I ain't talking about buying no fucking basketball, footballs. What have you done for the community since he ain't really black and you are? You really black. I want you to tell me what a really black man is supposed to be doing. Come on, man. I mean, you gotta talk to us. Let us know. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you, somebody was more down than you. Besides, you know, I mean, we know Colin down, regardless of his motives. But I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody's more down than you. And I hope I pronounced her name right. Megan Rapinoe kneels during a national anthem in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. Now, now you know it's already a female, but when I describe who she is, okay, I gotta put this up. While Colin Kaepernick refused to stand, we have men and women who show respect for our nation. See, they try to manipulate them soldiers, but remember how this man lost his legs. It's because of our bullshit ass government and these punk ass politicians, greedy as fuck corporations. Look at these little jokes. To protest racial inequality, I refuse to take a stand for the national anthem. But then he said, so to protest income inequality, will you refuse to take your paycheck? They basically saying that you black men or black folks are all shit. You about money. You're a bum paid slave. I want to point that out. The person who did this commentary cartoon, I hope they drop dead somewhere. Now, back to the person who did this. It was a white woman. A white woman. She didn't have to do this. She took a knee. She took a fucking knee. She didn't have to do that. But guess what? I'm gonna read the story to you. You're really gonna kick it. Gonna kick it. Chicago AP. U.S. soccer star Megan Rapinoe knelt during the national anthem Sunday night before the Seattle Reign game against the Chicago Stars, in a little nod to racial injustice and minority oppression came to public notice when he remained seated on the bench before a preseason game against Green Bay. On Thursday night in San Diego, he and safety Eric Reed kneeled during the anthem before a game against the Chargers. It was very intentional, Rapinoe told the American Soccer Now after Seattle 2-2 tie in the National Women's Soccer League game. It was a little nod to Kaepernick and everything that he stands for right now. I think it's actually pretty disgusting the way he was treated and the way a lot of the media has covered it, made it about something that was absolutely isn't. We need to have more thoughtful, two-sided conversations about racial issues in this country. Being a gay, let me say this again, being a gay American, I know what it means to look at the flag and not have it protect all your liberties. It was something small that I can do and something that I plan to keep doing in the future, hopefully spark some meaningful conversation around it. It's important to have white people stand in support of people of color on this. We don't need to be a leading voice, of course, but stand in support of them is something that's really powerful. Seattle cornerback Jeremy Lane showed support for Kaepernick by sitting on the bench during the national anthem at a preseason game in Oakland. The 31-year-old Rapinoe has played for Seattle since 2013 after stint with the French team Olympic Lyon. Extended out at the University of Portland, she made it with her in the scene. Wait, she made her with her. Wait, let me see. Let's see. She made her with the scene. I don't know. I think that's misread. They miswrote that, but she made her with the senior U.S. women's national team in 2006. Known for her creativity on the field, she has played in 2 Women's World Cups and 2 Olympics. She injured her knee last December during a training that required surgery, but was able to come back and play in the Rio Games. The United States, which had won 3 straight gold medals in the sport, was eliminated in the quarterfinals by Sweden. Since coming out in 2013, Rapinoe has been a devoted advocate for LGBT rights and has worked with the Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network and other organizations. Rapinoe has also been vocal about pay equity, and was among 5 national team players who linked their names to a complaint filed with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission alleging wage discrimination. The players claim that the members of the team make, in some cases, up to 4 times less than their male national team counterparts. She has frequently spoken out on Twitter, delving in politics and even calling NSWL when a match was played out on Extreme Never Field this summer. Now, here it is. This 31-year-old lesbian. Now, she's not Ellen DeGeneres. She's not Rosie O'Donnell. She's not Rachel Maddow. Those are the white women that I've known to come out and say something about, talk about racism. Now, we know the joke Ellen did the week before last. So, that's one of those sticky subjects. But she has more to lose. She's 31 years old. She's a national figure in soccer. This is what she said when she on Twitter or what on social media. Yeah, it's the least I can do to keep the conversation going. She didn't have to do that. She's a blonde-haired white woman. Even though she's a lesbian, she's still a white woman. She still afforded certain privileges, but then she said something about being a lesbian. Now here it is. Y'all know I've been critical of the gay and lesbian community. Y'all know that I sat there and said for a long time they complained our plight to theirs. And then the last 8 years they all came together as a community and they pulled a Jewish / Hispanic / Arab / Asian thing. Get the money together and make us the boogeyman of the story. But this woman, she's calling the way she said. She said, we got to stand with our brothers and sisters who are of color, especially the black community. She's got more guts than Rodney Harrison, Cam Newton, Jesse Jackson. Oh, y'all think I was going to be critical of Reverend Jackson when you gave that half-ass, this is not how I would protest, but I respect him do it. But you did the very thing in his damn 60s. And any other you handkerchief head Sambo coons out here. This white woman has more guts to stand with the black community. She could have sat there and said, you know, they gave gay people the right to get married now. We see TV shows with gay men and gay women getting gay scenes and shit. We've arrived, but she realized there's still people out there that hate them. Now, I don't agree with homosexuality. I've always stated that. But I've always stated in my videos, I don't have the right to tell them how to live their life. Now, do I have some other issues with the gay community? Yeah. But it's more from exploiting our people or manipulating. But all of them are not like that. I've worked with gay people. A lot of them were down-to-earth, good people. But the ones who manipulate, I got issue with. And that's why a lot of blacks got issue with Black Lives Matter. Kind of black gay community through the black community on the bus to try to appeal to white gays and get ahead. When those white gays in certain positions threw them on the bus, they ran to Black Lives Matter. That's why this is love-hate in the black community, the gay community. It's a very complex subject, but this white woman did not have to put herself in this. I'm glad she did, because what did she say? She said white folks can't take the lead, but they got to listen. And they got to go after other whites and get them to change their mind. She didn't have to do this. I'm serious. That's fucked up that you have a white lesbian who could catch hell either way. She decided, hey, I'm about to stand. I know there are people saying she did that for a PR move. Could have, but still she did it. She didn't throw him under the bus like some of our people have. You didn't get on TV with Tommy Lauren throwing her under the bus. They kept talking about how much money he get. Well, he came from a white family. Every white person that talked about what his background is, his pay is, and trying to use vets, they proved that we got a large number of racists in this country. They don't want to admit it. They don't want to look at it with they racist. And you hide behind veterans. Don't hide behind us. Any other time y'all don't speak for us. See what it is? Y'all doing something. Y'all call yourself this. I call it the Vietnam makeup. And what I mean by Vietnam makeup, they dogged Vietnam vets when they came back home, or when they was going over there. They ignored the Korean War vets. So now they said, well, we Desert Storm. We gave a little lip service to them, but we really didn't do nothing for them. But Iraq now, because it affected a lot more white people this time. But the further we get from Iraq and Afghanistan, out of sight, out of mind. Now, don't get me wrong. I still got people walking to you, thank you for your service. And I don't be looking for it. Most of us don't look for that. We feel uncomfortable because how do you always get the answer? Thank you. We don't look for that kind of pat on the back. Just give us what's owed to us. But this white woman didn't have to do that. And what she said was common sense. She said, we got to stand together. We got to be vocal. She could have easily said that and said, I'm doing my thing. But then she said something. Said she looked to the flag, and a lot of times the United States didn't have their back. We've heard stories over the years, been on TV and stuff, of gay and lesbian couples had a mate that was sick, and they couldn't go in the hospital room with them. They couldn't even get their benefits, and I've always felt bad by that. Now, like I said, I don't agree with homosexuality. I don't agree with it, but it's not for me to impose my will on them. Like, if they get married, that's their business. Now, I do take issues with them playing both sides, or not talking about the racism that exists. But guess what? She's willing to do it. She did. When she said something about white folk and racism, that's what she was doing. She did not have to do that. And then y'all question Colin blackness and shit. I mean, really? We got dark-skinned brothers and sisters cooning. Look at the black church is coon for Donald Trump, in which I've been saying for a long time is dangerous to our community. So y'all understand what Mr. Preacher Man that turn around be Mr. Feminized Man, that turn around is trying to sleep with the brothers in the choir, or trying to sleep with the sister in the congregation. Y'all follow him, call him real black all day. Y'all go follow a dashiki wearing motherfucker, male or female, that just don't say shit. All talking about revolution. When it come time for it, they ain't got nothing to do. You had a total of 4 black men, or actually 5, over the last decade or so that said, fuck it. Whether we agree with their tactics or not, they said, we're going to go take it to the motherfuckers. Those men and women, those men in uniform, those brothers that y'all claim, black men claim that we not really brothers because we wear the uniform and shit. See, y'all quick to question certain people loyalties in the community. Y'all quick to label somebody racist without getting all the facts first. And me, this is why I say in my videos, I don't know everybody. I can't call everybody down with the black community or say everybody's racist in the white community. But when I hear it, when I see it, and I can tell within the first 5 to 10 minutes. Now that they're going to question, they're going to attack her on social media. They're going to question her motives. So Rodney, who's real black now? All them Negroes that was out there, Cam Newton and them. Well, I don't know, man. We all the same. Just a few millimeters of skin. Who's the real black now? Seriously, who's the real black? I mean, I really want to know who's the real black. You motherfuckers sure ain't. It's fucked up when the veterans that you claim to love come out and make all y'all like idiots. Then you got a white female lesbian coming out saying something. And let's not forget the brothers that started to sit down and take a knee right along with Colin. They had a lot to lose too. I watched this dude play with the Bears. I think he's a rookie. Or might not, because like I said, I don't follow sports like I used to. And I don't watch the Bears ever since they fucked over Lovie Smith and a lot of their black ball players over the last few years. I definitely don't watch it. And I say this right now, fuck the Bears. Look like I say, fuck the Cubs. And then fuck the Sox. And y'all don't know the videos I did why I said that. And I'm from Chicago. I don't give a fuck if the Cubs win the World Series or not. If they do, the end of the world's coming. But still, I don't give a fuck. Like, anytime you show any racism to one of ours, we should cut you off cold turkey. Like when people attack Gwyneth Paltrow and they talk about her, I be like, yeah, get that little lanky bitch. When people like, why are you talking about Gwyneth Paltrow? Remember when she said niggas in paradise? When people said she was wrong? To this day, she never fucking apologized. Racist bitch. I guess because Jay-Z and fucked her, she thinks she can say what the fuck she want. Oh, y'all, I mean, I'm just using examples how we need to stop boycotting motherfuckers that say shit or dismissive of our issues. Not just in sports, but in politics, especially in politics. A lot of y'all sit there and say, well, I'm a black man, but he's mixed ethnicity too. He's a mixed ethnicity black man, and he showed nothing but contempt for the black community because he got daddy issues. But y'all defend him, but y'all won't defend Colin? I guess when Rodney, if he had a chance to meet President Obama, he said, oh, I can't go meet Mr. Obama. He ain't really black. He wouldn't do that shit to Obama. I bet you if he had an opportunity to fuck Halle Berry, he would. But when he turned it down, because, well, you know, she ain't really black. She half black. See, the problem is we need to say we scared. Like one of my former drill sergeants say, if you're scared, say you're scared. I'm sick and tired. I've done videos and giving commentary, motherfuckers said you, well, he got a white mama, he ain't really white. I mean, he ain't really black. Or he married to a white woman, he ain't really down. Nate Parker done the most blackest film he can do, cast black folk, and who's cutting his throat? Black folk. I'm sick and tired of you motherfuckers out here talking about what's black, and then when it comes time to make sacrifice, well, you know what? I got to worry about myself, Harvard. You know, I got to do this and do that. I've gone out here and donated my time and money to black causes. But then after I said, wait a minute. I'm still, people question my blackness. Well, he served in a white man's army. Have I ever done anything against my people? Have I took any of the knowledge I'm using against my people? No. I've sat down for the last, 5 years and done YouTube commentaries, YouTube video, how you want to look at it, talking about our issues, telling, give people that, like, look, we need to pay attention to what's going on. We need to understand that there are people out here trying to attack us. Man, you on that paranoid white man, black man shit. And then when something happened, man, Harvey, you right, man. I didn't see this coming. How you see it coming? Somebody warned your ass. Y'all, it seemed like we conditioned the program people who got noble intention motives. Y'all criticize Farrakhan. That's Scientology. Well, all religion is questionable, but you're in that question because he brought up some points about Scientology and whatnot. Can't listen to no Farrakhan. Man, it's 80-something years old. He ain't gonna be able to do the shit he did back 40 years ago, let alone 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Every time a black person speaks our issues, y'all find a bunch of Negroes always out there. You shouldn't say nothing. We got to do this. Sometimes we just got to go along. We got to be quiet. We've been going along for damn near 500 years. But there's a reason why we've been going along 500. Motherfuckers like Rodney Harrison, your Cam Newtons, your Michael Jordan, your Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith. Hell, even Stage Steele, that black woman that y'all know I criticize her for because she got a white husband, she leans politically to the right, she's throwing some brothers under the bus. She said, y'all, and I'm paraphrasing, she said, y'all like the, what's that, pick and choose or cut it on and off. One minute he's black, one minute we're black, next minute we ain't. Y'all like the good parts about it, or what? How she said it? Let me go get the exact quote. Let me make sure I get the exact quote, because when she said it, I couldn't disagree with her. Normally, I don't agree with anything that bitch says. Let me read this to you. What Rodney Harrison said. I tell you this: I'm a black man, and Colin Kaepernick is not black. Harrison said, "You cannot understand what I face or what other young black men and black people face." Or people of color face on a every single day basis. When you walk in the grocery store and you might have $2,000, $3,000 in your pocket, I ain't never seen nobody walk in the grocery store with $2,000 or $3,000 in their pocket. But okay, fine. And you go up to a foot or now this is the most stereotypical thing. Or you go to a Foot Locker and they're looking at you like you're about to steal something. So only black folks go to Foot Locker. There's other places we go to buy shoes. You know, you steroid motherfucker, you. But anyways, basis. I'm not saying he has to be black, but I'm saying his heart is in the right place. But even with what he's doing, he still doesn't understand the injustice as a black man or people of color, is what I'm saying. Instead of attacking, standing and calling out, talking about the issue that Colin talked about, police brutality, he turns on Colin. But he only did that because he didn't want to answer the question about police brutality. And he said, Kaepernick, and this article said, Kaepernick is racial, which is black biological father and a white biological mother. He was raised by adopted parents and taken a lot of racist and racial tension abuse over the years and some horrible stuff on Twitter, particularly over the last few days. So seemingly, Kaepernick is not black and cannot understand what I face. For that, Harrison was called by many on Twitter, including Sage Steele. Now, you notice they said Kaepernick is not black. They basically saying that, but Sage Steele said at Rodney Harrison, people like you claim us biracial kids when it's convenient for you. That's racist double standard. Sad. It's not racist, it's self-hating. You gotta be careful with that term racist out, understand what's coming from. And then she said, okay, now tell me how your experience as a black man give you the right to determine somebody else's identity. Never mind. That right there, that might be a little tricky right there. But Stage still denies she black too now. You know, she said biracial. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Now, yeah, she called him out, but Sage has been in those conversations as well. Then it made fun by others. Morgan Campbell. Rodney Harrison over here won by Roy Campanella, had to play in the Negro Leagues. And then Mike Freeman. Rodney Harrison thought Martin Luther King was Asian. Bruce Arthur. I'm looking forward to the new NBC show. Asses who is and who is not black that tries to backtrack. Bobby Big Wheel. Who cares about Rodney Harrison's opinion on racism when he can't even beat David Tyree in one? Let's see. For his part, Harrison's recanted by saying he had no idea Kaepernick's mixed race. Now y'all understand what I'm talking about? How some of my people can't pick up on it. I never intended to offend anyone. I was trying to speak about my experiences as African American. I apologize to anyone that I offended. It wasn't meant to be hurtful to anyone. God bless. Last point, I want people to know I never knew he was mixed. I shouldn't have called Colin Kaepernick race in question during this morning radio interview. I was mistaken and I apologize. Now, but the thing is, let's just say for instance he wasn't black. And he still spoke up for black folk. I got a question. Wouldn't you want to compliment that? When you want to say, hey, we need more people like you out there speaking to your people? But the thing is, Rodney, like so many others out here, were pissed off that they didn't say it. That they didn't set the tone. But you let a white woman come across more black than y'all. A lesbian white woman came across more black than some of our black people. And those white men and women are questioning Colin's birth, background, parenting, parents, his money. Those are tropes that white folk use. racist. And bring up Dr. King. Those are all the racist tropes. And let me say something to those white people listening. Stop using Dr. King to make your point. Because when y'all talk about Dr. King, y'all don't even mention part of that I Have a Dream speech. Y'all really don't get into what the speech really meant. Y'all don't talk about the rest of the speech. You don't talk about what he said before. And I'm going to remind y'all, Dr. King, after that speech, still had to go protest. He had to go march. Remember, Dr. King was assassinated by our government. So before y'all start waving that flag and quoting pulling Dr. King out and try to check us or any other person, excuse me, y'all might want to think about that for a second. Stop trying to mind fuck black folk. Stop trying to bully white folk that actually want to speak up for or join forces with us. Now this I'm about to say sister, this white sister, let's put it like that, is more down with the community than most people in our community. And I even go a step further. What's that white chick from last summer that y'all attacked? The one that was pretending to be black. A lot of black folks attacked her because she was out there fighting with black folk more than black folk was. Let's keep it real. Y'all had to go pull shit where she sued the school. It's very reason why these schools could have got sued. And she explained it. And I know people say, why are you bringing it up? Cause I want to prove a point. We keep talking about we need allies and white folks need to speak up, and when they do, we get mad at them. But the black community, black men in particular, should be ashamed to let Colin sit out there speaking about something that we've all should be speaking about. Like the other day, Dwayne Wade was giving an interview with Good Morning America. You mean tell me he couldn't talk to no black publications? Yeah, I know your cousin got killed. I understand. My heart goes out to you and your family. But he did it again, try to conflate the crime in the black community and black lives. Stop. There's two different subjects. The police departments in the country don't want to be criticized. San Francisco talking about we ain't gonna protect them, we ain't gonna provide security. After all this shit y'all police department's been in, y'all might want to shut the fuck up. Racist text messages, and you got a lot of Asians on the San Francisco Police Department that anti-black sentiments, making videos like they did in Florida. These fraternal police officers running around and say, they're making fun of us. They're calling us pigs. Really? As many names as motherfuckers get called in this country. I mean, try being a black person getting called nigger at your job. Going to a fucking store. And then the same cops that complain about getting called pigs, you pull us on, you call us what? Niggas. You pull guns out of us. You pat us down. You embarrass us. Now every cop don't do that. And we shouldn't have to preface it with there's good cops. That should be common fucking sense. But with the good, you got the bad. But it's fucked up that a 31-year-old white lesbian got more, and I'm not, and when I say balls, I don't mean because she's gay, but got more balls than most black men out here. Richard Sherman turned around and coon after he got a nigga moment. We can't talk about police brutality without talking. I mean, Stacey Dash, all those motherfuckers have said he had thrown out people under the bus. But you got a white woman who don't have to do this. That's what's fucked up, man. That we don't even stand for each other. I mean, look at this. She took a knee. She didn't have to do that shit. One of these days, we as black Americans, or blacks in general around the globe, going to have a united code of conduct. But there's always going to be a bunch of Negroes that are going to want to be something other, or always think that if I throw my own, they'll find me to be the good one. Let me break it down to you. Dr. Ben Carson went around and talked all shit about black folk. Didn't stop the media or Donald Trump from going after him. But he still loved white folks so much, he go around with Donald Trump. Donald, you come with me to Detroit. Yeah, boss. I be your go-between, nigga. I go out there and defend you with the black people. I know who's the black folk. See, nobody want to have this conversation about self-hatred in our community. And don't mix up racism. Racism is a purely white creation. Everybody's prejudiced. Everybody has some form of self-hatred. But racism is uniquely a white person thing. And the attacks of Colin from white folk has been racist. Everybody's trying to switch the subject from not one time they say, well, let's talk about what Colin said about police brutality. You don't want to talk about that. Y'all make it like this is something that just recently happened. But police brutality was going on when I was a kid. It was going on our parents as a kid. Our grandparents were kids. This is nothing new. Y'all talk about O.J. Simpson for 20-something years ago, but y'all ain't talking about Rodney King for 20-something years ago. Y'all talk about JFK, but y'all won't talk about Medgar Evers. You won't talk about Emmett Till. You won't talk about all of those things that affect black community, these assassinations, these terrorist attacks. But guess what's coming up this soon? 9/11. We'll be at the MSNBC playing the video. A&E, Bravo, all the people be playing the video. Look what happened when the plane hit the building. They're going to be at the site. Everybody going to be praying and crying. They're going to be... Y'all talk about other people's horrors, but when it comes down to black folk, y'all want to ignore it. Let me say this again. We've been the most terrorized people on the planet, and y'all still deny it, and then you get mad we talk about it. Now, if you're truly not a racist, me talking about racism shouldn't make you pissed off. You should sit there and say, you know what? I'm an American citizen. I don't like racism. If this black man or black woman is talking about racism, let me go out there and tell people we don't accept it. If you're down with that shit, don't do it. We don't want to hear it. Like if somebody come in the community bringing Nazi propaganda, I guarantee black folks say, don't bring that shit up in here. Because we don't get down like that. That's why they don't come in our community recruiting us. But yet we get called the most anti-Semitic. Let me say this again. This white woman didn't have to do this. Rodney, you talking about being a black person. I ain't see you take a knee. I ain't see you out there and call out white supremacy or police brutality. This white woman did it. And that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Those brothers out there took a knee and sat down. But this is the first white person that I've seen out here say, fuck it. We need to keep talking about this. So who's the real black person right now? She seemed to be really black, man. She really seemed to be really, really black to me. Colin seemed to be really black to me. You and these other coons out here, not so much.